You could use either one. That's fine. Either one is fine. But this is a slightly better implementation. Usually referred to as the lazy loading strategy, where you only retrieve what the data that you need. If you know that if you know you can narrow your response on the previous one, then you could use the previous one. You could use either one, right? If you already implemented it using the other one, that's totally fine. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the client and see if we can hit this URL and retrieve the data as we need it. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to the client, and excellent. So let's see. What we'd like to be able to do is well, we don't need this default list of courses anymore because they are exclusively rendered by by fetching it from the server, right? What we'd like to be able to do here is that be able to select a particular course, right? So let's go to the HTML, and as we iterate over each one of these, all right, we can create a click event, and we can invoke the select course function and pass the course object that we are selecting. Okay. All right, so we don't have a select course. Let's create an event handler for the select course. So select course. Here's a course. So what we're going to do here is that this is a perfect time to maybe go fetch the modules for that course, right? So let's do that. We can do fetch, and the URL would be something like this, right? Oops, copy. The URL will be something like this, right? It's going to return the response. I can't spell. Response, and return response.json. And then we can do, this would be presumably the modules. And we're going to store those modules in a local modules array, which we don't have. So let's implement that right here. So this would be modules, will be an empty array at first, right? And we're going to populate it with with the modules that comes from the server. On the HTML part, what we can do is render another UL that looks very similar to this one. I'm just going to copy and paste it here. And instead of iterating over the courses, I'm going to iterate over the modules. So this will be modules. Okay, and we won't have a click event for this for just now. And we're going to iterate and list all the modules, the title for those modules. All right, let's go back here, and the client. We have the course. As we click on the modules, notice that indeed we are rendering the modules down below. See that? Why is it not rendering it? What happened? Did we crash? Let's put this on the right-hand side. Let's look at the network. I'm sorry? Oh, I'm always getting course one. Thank you. Really, what this should be is whatever ID for the course is, right? So we can use we can use here the backtick and embed in here an expression that says that I want the course.id, right? So we can dynamically retrieve the ID for that particular course. All right, so if I click on the first one, I retrieve React and Angular, or I got 5200, I can retrieve the different ones and render that specific content. That makes sense, right? All right, so the only thing that we might want to do is perhaps lay this out a little bit better.